Now, bro fam, thank you for tuning back into the channel. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Each and every subscription helps. Hit that button. Cheap Now Bro fan, what's going on, everybody? You know what time it is. It is time for the Wednesday Rant. I am your host, Mr. Malcolm Hall. Thank you all for tuning back into the show. And today we're going to talk about these tax cuts, aka lies, because that's all it is, lies. There ain't no damn tax cuts. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's tax cuts. No. Unless you're cutting my federal taxes, unless I'm going to see some money on my payroll check, I'm going to hold it back. I'm going to get into that because I'm all riled up about this one. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of them lying to people. Tax cuts this, tax cut that. Bullshit. Bunch of lies. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Every like, every subscription, every share helps. Thank you all for doing that. It's very much appreciated. And you can also head over to cheapnotbroke.com, grab yourself some merch, support the channel, support the show. None of this is free. So all support is very, very helpful. And tonight on Wednesday Night Rant, we're going to get into this whole tax cut thing. Because, listen here, let's tell you something right now. Government ain't losing no damn money. They're not losing any money. So this whole, we're going to save tax cuts, that's not true. Tax cuts are for the rich people at the top. That's who the tax cuts are for. But we're going to get into all of that tonight, break down what tax cuts go where, who's really getting tax cuts. Now, you and me, absolutely not, because tax cuts for us come from payroll taxes, federal tax, Social Security tax, FICA, those taxes, all those taxes. So we're going to get into that. But first, let's get into what Donald Trump said, the president. What is he, 47 now? He's 47 president? Yes. So let's get into what some of those tax cuts were all about last night, because apparently he's trying to have us fooled, trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and make you think you're getting a tax cut. Like I'm stupid. I know what's going on. Can't fool me. All right, let's get into it. Shall we? Let's see. So there's going to be elimination of certain taxes. All right. Elimination of specific taxes. Social Security benefits. This plan proposes eliminating income taxes on Social Security benefits, allowing retirees to retain more of their income. Okay. Yeah. All right. Tips and overtime pay. Income earned from tips and overtime pay work would be tax exempt, increasing the take-home pay for workers in industries related to earnings. Now, I want to talk about that for a second. Tips and overtime pay, not tax. Now, did I not just read an article about DoorDash, Uber Eats taking people's tax money? They're taking people's tax money, and there is no regulation on them having to give it back to you. So let's say you working at, I don't know, you work for DoorDash, Uber Eats, you work at a restaurant. Those are the places that usually get tips. If you're in the service industry, they're letting the taxes. I got to talk to somebody who works in. I'm looking for an accountant, somebody that I can talk to about this. I haven't found one yet. But that money that they take for tips, does it go into a separate tip account, and does it have your name on it? Because let's say it's been 5 days. It's been 5 days. I've made $20 in tips every day for the last 5 days. How the hell do I know that? Where do I see that in an account? Do I get a statement? And you don't really even know. Do you know when the person says no tips or this tip? Can you go log into your portal at the job and see how much I've made in tips and how much they're taxing that at? You have no idea. All that money's commingling. Who's to say they just give you what they want at the end of the pay period, which is they clearly been doing. They've been taking the damn money. So this whole, we're not going to tax tips, who's benefiting that? Probably the companies. Because they don't have to pay any taxes on it. But I don't think you're not gonna really know. Unfortunately, we do not have the tip jar anymore. The tip jar was the best thing out there because we can pull the money out, chop, 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 count that money up, count that money up. Okay, we got $50 in tips. It's 2 o'clock. Pull that money out again at 7 o'clock. Bop, 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 bop. We got $150 worth of tips. Okay, great. $150 is 3 of us. 50 for you, 50 for you, 50 for you. Bam, we're done. We're out of here. Now everybody, different people are doing different things. Okay, you ring up something, I ring up something. Now, how do we know who's getting tipped what? Because at the tip jar, at certain places, you got to split the tips. We just got to split it up. Now, I used to work at Texas Roadhouse. We used to split the tips with the cook. He's making more money than us. He don't deserve no money. They're making more than us. That's the reason why you got tips. The reason why tips exist in the first place because you're not making enough damn money on base pay. Because if you listen, you think they're going to let you tip a salary person that makes $150,000, a salary person that makes $200,000? No, you can't. You can only tip people who aren't making that much money. Once the money gets when the money's low, when a person's not making a lot of money, it's a tip. Once you get to the $100,000, $1 million, now it's a bribe. Isn't the tip the same thing as a bribe? Pretty much. Same thing. You're just paying a little extra to get something done. Well, look, you can't pay the police no tips to not write your ticket. You can't do that. Why not? Why not? But you can pay somebody you're providing a service for me. You can't tip the pilot when you get off the plane. Hey, put $20 in your pocket. I appreciate that. You can't do that. Some people can't even accept tips. So this whole tip thing is a joke to me because they're not really going to tell you how much you're really making in tips. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows that. But anyway, we'll get back to tips. Introduction of new tax deductions. Auto loan interest. Taxpayers will be eligible to deduct interest paid on auto loans from American-made vehicles, encouraging domestic automobile purchase. Now, are you talking about vehicles that are assembled in America? Because everybody assembles a vehicle. Everybody has a factory here. Toyota, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, Volkswagen, Mercedes. Look, matter of fact, I'm gonna look up the tech. I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's look that up right now. I'm gonna look that up right now. What car companies have factories in the U.S.? Hold on, I read that wrong. Factories in the U.S. What car companies have factories in the U.S.? And I bet it's gonna name all of them. Let's see. All right, American companies in the factory: General Motors, Ford. Okay, cool. Foreign car companies: Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Subaru, Mazda. European brands: BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Volvo. Korean brands: Hyundai, Kia. Other EV companies: Rivian, Lucid, VinFast. That's Vietnamese. Where are Teslas made? And, I don't see Tesla on here. But anyway, every damn car is made. Every car is assembled in America. So how are you going to save me interest on American-made cars? Now, some cars are made foreign. But you know, when you do your research on your car, they'll tell you can find out where the hell it's made because some cars are made here in the States, some cars are made in other places. But you can figure all that out. But how are you really going to save me interest on a car loan? Well, first off, I don't want a car loan in the first place because I'm paying interest. So what that mean? And how much interest am I going to actually save? I got to know that. I need to know that. That's gotta you gotta give me that. You gotta at least tell me what is the percentage of interest I'm going to save. Don't just tell me I'm going to save some fucking interest. I don't care about that. Where the hell did that go? Yeah, auto loan. Auto loan. Taxpayers will be allowed to deduct interest paid on their auto loans for American vehicles, encouraging domestic travel. Now, they're going to cap it. They're going to cap it. They're not going to let you just take whatever you want. And they're going to tax. And they also were talking about not taxing overtime. Well, a lot of people, most American workers are salary workers. What about them? What about the salary people? You're not saving me no taxes. Listen, salary workers, we want to cut in federal taxes. The federal income tax on my check, that's what's kicking my ass. That's what I want a break on. Social Security, I don't mind paying Social Security because I'm paying it for the elderly people. I have no problem with that because at some point, you hope you make it, you don't need that Social Security. But if you take care of your money, follow cheap, not broke, you ain't going to need that Social Security money because you already got that money stacked up. However, those people who would get Social Security, I don't have a problem paying Social Security. I don't have a problem paying Medicaid because that's used. Federal taxes, I don't know where the hell that money going for. That money going to Israel, that money going to Ukraine, that money's going all over the damn place. You don't know where that money going. And case in point, furthermore, why we don't get a federal tax statement? Shouldn't we get a federal tax statement to know where the hell the money's going? You pay all this money in federal taxes. Well, my tax dollars doing it. You don't know where the hell your taxes are. You don't know where your tax dollars are going. They don't give you a breakdown of the federal budget. Not really. I would like a statement every year showing me where my taxes are going. Oh, it's going to the military. For what? What are we going to? You buying tires? Y'all buying gas? Buying windows? What is the military doing with my money? Well, they're to keep you safe. Well, shit, I'm not safe here in the damn States. You make it sound like you go outside of America, you're safer than you are here in America. Shit does still happen here in America. You do know that. You do know that. So, or they're keeping us safe. You know, I don't know if you ever taken a plane across the ocean. It's vast. It takes about 6 hours across the Atlantic. Take about 7-8 hours across the Pacific. Who is getting over here? Who's bringing their ass over here to cause any havoc? Nobody. Nobody's coming up from South America. You see, they be getting off down there in South America. In Canada, they ain't got nothing going on. Who's really coming over here to do anything? Nobody. But they got you. Oh no, they're trying to keep us safe. Keep it from who? From what? From what? Everything that's going on outside of America happens here in America too. The same stuff that they got you scared of in America will happen to you here too. Hell, one of the most dangerous things in America is the traffic stop. The traffic stop. The police pull you over. That's dangerous as hell. So that's one of the most dangerous things. So don't sell me on this whole, oh, it's dangerous. It's dangerous everywhere else. We need to pay all this money in taxes. It's dangerous here. Worried about my safety here in the States. Where is my tax dollars going to that? No, it's not. It's not. But we'll move on. So I always question that. Like, oh, the tax dollars are keeping us safe. From what? Are people going to come over? They're going to come over here and do what? What are they going to come over here and do? I mean, you got National Guard. You got all kind of safety protections over here from people coming over here and doing stuff. Shit still happens. Look at the nightly news. That's not foreign. That's here in your city, your streets, your neighborhood. So I don't want to hear all that keeping us safe. I don't care for all that. That's a bunch of hogwash. Trade policies and tariffs. New tariffs the administration plans to impose on Canada and Mexico. Oh, damn it. Last time I checked, tariffs are not exclusive to the United States. Anybody can enact tariff. And as you see, Canada, they're not playing with you. They say, okay, you got a tariff for us? We got a tariff for y'all. People don't really econ class in high school or college. If you took it in college, they teach you about this stuff. It's about trade, global trade. No country in the world is making everything they own themselves in their country. Everybody buys and sells from everybody else. That's just how it goes. So if you want to enact tariffs, somebody can put tariffs on you too, because we need the same stuff. Just like whatever. I mean, we export goods. Okay, tariffs on that. Import goods, tariffs on that. So it's an eye for an eye. And all of it's going to do is really roll down to us, the American consumer, because if you put tariffs on things, companies are going to charge more money, and it's going to roll right down to you and me. It's going to roll right down to us. And we got to pay that. And once these companies see people are willing to pay more, they'll keep the price at what it is. Well, shit. If with the tariffs, if something was $5 and now it goes up to $9, tariffs go away, people are still paying $9. Why would I go back down to $5? I'm making more money. So the tariffs ain't terrible for some of these companies because they get to raise their prices and keep them prices up. They do. And you're not going to do nothing about it. Nothing about it. Because why? We don't control the federal tax dollars. But you got to pay them. If you don't pay your federal tax dollars, what are they going to do? They're going to have the IRS kick your door down, put you in jail. People going to show up with guns, and they got something for you. So it's not like, excuse me, you didn't pay your taxes. Are you going to pay your taxes? No. The people get very, very aggressive when you don't pay these tax dollars. And we have no control over it. Further my point, speaking about federal taxation, why is it we've been getting taxed in America, since 1903? I think 1903 when the federal tax came into play. Why is it that they can't get the math right? We should not be getting the income tax. You shouldn't be getting a rebate, because if you had it right the first time, we would pay exactly what we need to the penny. So what is the American government forcing you to do? Live off of less money than you actually should. Let's say you get a $2,000 rebate, $3,000 rebate. Okay, great. I could have used that money during the year. And who's to say that's actually what you're supposed to get back? They're hedging that money. They got all that money. They collect, they hedge it, draw interest on it, and then they give you a little bit back here, a little bit back there. I would prefer not to have an income tax check and get all my money correctly during the year. I could use that money. I really could. Oh, but no, you got to pay federal taxes. You got to take all this money, or you might have to pay in. It's a game. It's like, damn, y'all can't tell me exactly how much I got to pay in. Like, okay, how much this is my salary. How much I got to pay in? They can't even tell you that. So the taxation game is a joke. It's all a joke. We're not getting no tax cuts. We're not getting no rebates. Listen, if you're not going to walk away with at least $100, $200 or better with a tax cut, then what the hell do I care? Why do I care? Like, okay, people are getting less money in tips. Okay, great. I don't work for tips. I'm happy for those people who work for tips. Pay them a real fee. Pay them a flat fee so they don't need no tips. Other countries, they pay people enough money. They don't need no damn tips. Right? But hey, we're getting a tax cut. We're getting a tax cut, my ass. We're getting a tax cut. Hey, mom's watching. Hey, shout out to my mom. Another thing. Now, let me get into that. So those are all the tax cuts. Oh, let's see. They're going to pay off the federal deficit. I don't care. People got their own personal debt. I don't care about the country's debt. I didn't put the country in debt. I'm not trying to pay to get it out of debt. Not my problem. I just don't care about that. I don't. The federal debt, like, they're not about to pay that damn debt off. For what? Why? They don't have to. You know how much money America owes China? A lot. And they're not trying to pay it off. So this is all hogwash. They tell you all this stuff, but it's not true. I don't believe it. Let's see. President Trump is leveraging an assertive approach to rally Congress to support his tax plan, aligning cost-cutting initiatives led by figures Elon Musk. But you're cutting costs, but who's benefiting from that? The American people are not benefiting from that. Not everybody in society. They're not. Well, who are the lowest earning people? People who make tips. So let's not tax tips. But tips are voluntary. See, they're not going to do that to because you don't know how much you're going to make a tip. She might make this amount of money this week, this amount of money next week. But they're not making the amount of money. Listen, you can't buy no house. You can't buy no car. You can't do that off of no tips because it's not. I don't know. You can't go to the bank. Well, hey, I got tips. Well, we're going to need to see a statement, and you're going to need to make the certain amount of money for a certain period of time to get those assets, car, house. I don't know. Strippers make tip money. Can they go buy houses off stripper tips? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if you can. I'm sure they make good money, but shit, you need a W-2 or some kind of business. You can't just walk in there with a bunch of cash. You got to have somewhere because, they're really big on fraud. They don't want people committing fraud and money laundering to get stuff. They're trying to crack down on that. Poor people. Because that's how a lot of poor people make money. So they're trying to do that. However, when you get to the top, they do the same things. They just call it something else. They just call it something else. Let's see. Analysts warned that these tax cuts could significantly increase the federal deficit, potentially leading to a debt spiral that might undermine economic growth. Listen, the tax cuts are for the rich people. Like, how much... let me see. Let me look it up. I got that. Let's check that out, too. I meant to find that. Wealthy tax cuts for wealthy people. What are they? Tax cuts for wealthy people. What are they? See, these are assets that most people don't have. But tax cuts for wealthy people. What are they? Let's see. Tax cuts on like corporate jets, yachts, all this stuff. Proposed tax cuts. Let me see. It's not answering the question I wanted. I wanted tax cuts. Proposed to tax cuts for wealthy people. No. Like capital gains tax. They don't tax stocks like that. What are tax cuts? What are the tax cuts on a private jet? Because I know you can get a significant tax cut on a private jet. What are tax cuts on a private jet? Because what are tax cuts on a private jet? Then people get all kind of deals. The wealthy, they can go lobby and get the laws made in their favor, and they get what the hell they want. Okay, yep. So here it is. Tax Cuts and Jobs Act (TCJA) of 2017 introduced 100% bonus depreciation on both new and pre-owned aircraft used primarily for business purposes. This allowed owners to deduct the entire cost of a jet in the first year of ownership. However, the provision has been phased down. Let's see. 2023, 80% 24, 60, 25, 40%. And in 2025, you can deduct 40% of the aircraft's cost in the first year, with the remaining 60 depreciated over its useful life. Can you do that with a car? No. You only do it with a private jet. Rich people stuff. Tax cuts on a yacht. You can do the same thing with a yacht. Capital gains tax. People don't pay taxes on stock. Like you get capital gains, you get gains on stock, you have to pay it. Now, when you take the money out, you got to pay taxes on it. But capital gains stock, you ain't got to pay no taxes on that. So the tax cuts are for the rich. And then when it comes to getting an audit, they don't really audit these people because they make so much damn money. You got $1 billion. Do you know how much you can pay for a tax team? When the last time have you heard of a billionaire or somebody like North with that kind of money having any tax problems? They don't have them because they can afford to fight the IRS. They got a lot of money. You don't hear about nobody wealthy having tax problems, going to jail for taxes. You know them people have evade taxes just like everybody else. They do, but they're not having no problem because they can afford 5-6 tax lawyers, 5-6. They can afford a whole tax team, whole damn tax. They got 7 people on staff just working for taxes. You think I'm about to have tax problems? No, I'm paying everybody $200,000 a year. I pay my tax staff $1.5 million, $1.5 million. I pay 7 people. They saved me over $100 million in taxes. Is that not worth the deal? That's not worth it. I mean, think about it. Just as a regular person, you're paying an extra $200 a year, and these people are saving you $6,000 in taxes. That's a hell of a deal. I would take it, but hey, that's what I'm saying. Wednesday rant. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. They got me charged up about this. But here's the thing. Here's the other taxes we don't talk about. There's a lot of taxes that we pay that we don't even think about. It's just, they got all kind of ways of getting money out you. Let's go over a few. Vehicle registration fees, a yearly fee just to drive your car legally on the road. That is a tax. Driver's license fees, paying for your new license renewal, is basically a tax. Gasoline taxes, they just have it flat. Oh, how much is gas? $2.13, $2.17. There's taxes in there, but you don't even think about how much you're paying in taxes with gas. Every time you gas up your car, government's making some money off of you. You can't even run from damn taxes. Road and bridge tolls. Some people live in cities and states where they got to pay these taxes. New York, San Francisco, the highest taxes I've ever seen. Parking tickets and fines. That's another tax for the city. They collect revenue off of that. Speeding tickets, traffic tickets, fines for violation, and fines for violations often include administrative fees, taxes, court costs. Anytime you go to court, you got to pay taxes. Court costs, you're getting taxed. Vehicle inspection admission fees. So out here in California, a vehicle inspection is up to $50, $50 or $55. That is a tax. They got all kind of taxes. Any license, any fee that goes toward the government is a tax. It is a tax. Property taxes. Got to pay those. You don't pay no property taxes, you don't own no home. HOA fees. If you live in a neighborhood with the association, you're paying a form of community tax. I don't like that. Garbage collection fees. Taxes, they put taxes on that. Water and sewage, taxes on that. Listen, put it like this. If you make $1, and then you get income tax, they charge you 10 cents. Every 5 cents you spend is 2 cents. So out of that 90 cents that you got, you're probably paying another 30, 35 cents in taxes. People don't realize that when you talk about, I make $100,000, I make $200,000 a year. Okay, that's great. Nice. You're actually making 70 because you got to pay 30% in taxes. And then every time you go buy something, every time you pay a bill, you're paying taxes. So that $100,000 salary is actually 70, and out of that 70, you're probably paying $20 in taxes. I mean, $20,000 in taxes. So your $100,000 went to 70, and now it's down to 50. Because you paid $20,000 in taxes. You paid taxes every time you ate out. You paid taxes every time you bought a bill. You paid taxes every time you got gas. But who's counting? Who's counting? Man, we're getting taxed to death in America. They're taxing the shit out of us. Excuse me, French. But they're taxing us a lot. And we are really, I've been trying to figure it out. I just don't have a way to figure out how much you actually paying taxes for the year. Because we only look at income taxes. We don't look at sales tax, usury tax. You know how the hotel taxes are? Tourism. They tax the hell out of you. Anytime you go out of town, get on a flight, they tax you. Speaking of plane tickets, let's talk about that. I actually got the breakdown. U.S. and federal tax fees associated with plane tickets. Okay. Now, when you get a plane ticket, you do know this. You pay more in taxes than you do for the flight. I hope you know that. The flight is cheap. You pay way more in taxes than you do a flight. Let me see if I can find me an old flight. Let me see if I can find one. See if I can find me an old plane ticket. I just want to show you. I got it. I want you to see how much you actually pay in taxes. Flight price. Where's the breakdown? Oh, they don't have the breakdown right here. Let me see if I can find another one. Somebody got to have the breakdown and how much you're paying in taxes. I want to know. But they don't show you that because they don't want you thinking, oh, yeah, I got one. Nice. Here we go. Let me share my screen. Let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Let's take a look and see what we got here for this tax breakdown because it is outrageous. That's not it. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so check this out. I got a flight. Here's my flight. My flight cost $143. This is a Delta flight. I paid $560 September 11th passenger fee. I paid U.S. transportation tax $10. United States passenger facility tax $9. United States flight segment tax $10. $178. So the flight was $143. Now some of the cheaper flights, okay, this flight's a little expensive, but some of the cheaper flights, because I've gotten a flight for like $20, but I paid 50-50. It was what? The flight was actually 10, and then the taxes were way more than that. Look at this: 10, 20, 29, $29, and then you add this $560, $34.60 right there in taxes. That's your bag right there. That's why the airlines are charging you so much extra money, because they're trying to recoup all the money they're getting skimmed out of in taxes. Well, I mean, can you blame them? Oh, working on some stuff. Got me some new Cheap Not Broke boxes coming out. That's what that is. Anyway, you can't blame these people. They're taxing us to death. But let's break down this tax. Let me go back to the tax breakdown real quick so we can talk about that. Federal excise tax, 7% of the base fare, applies to all domestic flights. Passenger facility charge, I just showed you, up to $450 per flight. Segment, well, wait a minute. How much did I pay? Passenger facility tax. I paid $9. It says $450. I paid $9. Pay $9 for that. Max up to $18 per round trip. September 11th security free, $560 per one-way trip. $11.20 round trip. U.S. domestic segment fee, $480 per flight segment. So you got to pay this tax both ways. It's not just a flat tax. You're going on the one way you pay it, and on the way back you pay the taxes again. So you pay it twice. They're doubling up on you. U.S. international domestic departure and arrival taxes, $19.70 for each departing and arriving international flight. $19 per flight. So everybody on that plane, everybody paying $19. Alaska and Hawaii transportation tax, $10.60 for flights to and from the mainland U.S. U.S. tax, international taxation fees, departure arrival taxes. Countries like UK have high air passenger duty (AP taxes), custom and immigration fees, more taxes, foreign airport fees, more taxes, fuel surcharges, not government taxes. The airline hits you with that. Baggage fees, not a tax, but added cost to the airline. You got to pay that. Booking and service fees. Got to pay that. Taxes on plane tickets add up to 20 to 30% more than the base fare, especially on international flights. Damn. That's a lot. That's a lot. And every time you fly, you got to pay this stuff. Every time you fly, you got to pay it. Now, let's go also this. Driving and transportation tax. I was just talking about that. Parking fines, speeding tickets, property taxes. Everyday sin taxes. Cell phone and internet taxes. Hidden fees on your phone bill. Self-improvement taxes. Regulatory costs. Streaming service taxes. Some states now tax Netflix, Hulu, and other digital subscriptions. Lottery winnings. If you win the lottery, expect to pay 20 to 37% in taxes. Alcohol and tobacco taxes. Sin taxes on beer, wine, and liquor and cigarettes. They tax more. Excuse me. On that. Marijuana taxes. They weren't paying them. Shit. I think it passed in 2019. We weren't paying no. They weren't paying no taxes on cannabis and marijuana. Heavy taxes on that stuff. Vaping e-cigarettes. Taxes. Hotel taxes. Rental car taxes. Airline taxes. Junk fees on concert and sport tickets. They hit you with the taxes. Bag and resort fees. Healthcare. Emergency room fees. Some states add a surcharge on hospital visits. Damn. Medicare and Social Security taxes. We all know about that. Taken from your check. Business and licensing fees. More taxes. America just comes up with more and more ways to tax you, y'all. That's my point. Look, you saying you're going to give me a tax break. You're not giving me a break on all that other stuff. Give me a break. When can we get a month with no sales tax? Now, I know in Florida, they have back to school for a week. You don't pay any sales tax. You don't pay any taxes on anything. Like when you go buy school clothes, you're not paying taxes on that kind of stuff. However, it's only for a week and it's only around back to school. You want to give me a break? Give me a tax break? Don't charge me no sales tax for a month. Let me just buy everything straight up. That'd be nice. No taxes on flights. That'd be nice. But they're not going to do that. So this whole Trump giving us a tax break, it's not realistic. It's not real because you're taxed on so many other things. And like I said, until you give me a tax on my federal income taxes, I'm not getting a tax cut. You're just not. You're just not. You got the taxes. They tax us to death. We're paying taxes all kind of ways, all over the place. We don't even realize it. And it sucks. Drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about the taxes. Do you think the tax cut's going to work? Do you think it's not going to work? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Please drop a comment. Love to hear how you feel about taxation. Because taxes, I feel like every time I get taxed, I get a kick in the ass. They keep kicking me in my ass. I kick something for real. That hurt. They just keep kicking me in the ass, man. You can't. And then listen, if you don't pay your taxes, either they're going to put you in prison or they're going to shoot you. That's it. There's no, oh, you didn't pay your taxes, blah, blah, blah. No, none of that. And the rich don't pay taxes. You hear it all the time. Oh, Google didn't pay any income taxes. Amazon didn't pay any income tax. Because they got the team of lawyers to help them figure this stuff out. They got the team. They got the team of lawyers to figure this stuff out. But I challenge you. I had my guy on here last month. Adrian. My man from, I forget his last name. Adrian from Trojan Accounting. Tax professional. Hey, you gotta hire a tax expert to help you pay some taxes, save money on taxes. You can either pay $200 and save $3,000, $2,000 on taxes, or pay nobody, $0 for a tax professional, and you end up paying a whole lot of money. Tax season. I hate tax season. You and me both. I hate tax season too. Tax season sucks. And you can't even figure out the tax code is so damn complicated. You can't even figure it out. Why can't we just pay a flat 10%? Jesus, God is only asking for 10%. And he does way more for me than the United States government. But hey, that's what it is. That's how they got this thing rolling. So, yeah, man, it's a sham. It's a sham. You're not saving any money on tax cuts. Unless he cuts the federal taxes, you're just not saving any money. You're just not. And nothing that you can feel. It's not like, man, I got an extra couple $100. Excuse me. I got a couple $100 to play with at the end of the month. You don't have that. Until I got an extra couple $100 to play with at the end of the month, I do not believe in the tax cut. I refuse to. Not pulling the wool over my eyes. Anyway, we're going to go to break real quick. We'll be right back. But the good thing about it, a lot of these taxes are for, the working class. Working class people pay more taxes than wealthy people by a long shot. There's studies out there, a lot of literature out there. You can find it. We pay more in taxes than the wealthy do, for sure. And the thing about it is, if we only knew where the tax money was going. You always hear people, those are my tax dollars. Let me tell you something. You don't pay enough in tax dollars to feed a half a person. So don't be up there with this crap. Oh, these are my tax dollars. Yeah, they're pooled with everybody else. Let's not act like you're just paying tax dollars for one particular family and they're living off your tax money. That's not how this works. But you love to hear people, oh, these are my tax dollars. I don't want to spend my tax dollars on that. Well, you don't have a damn choice. You don't have a choice where your tax dollars go, and you're not spending enough in taxes for it to really matter. It's a conglomerate. It's a pool of people paying tax dollars for it to matter. Your little funky ass couple $100 in taxes ain't changing nobody's life. Not even changing your own damn life. I hate when people sit there and talk about, well, those are my tax dollars. Well, let's add up how much you paid in taxes and show you how little that really matters. Everybody pays taxes. Even if you don't work, you still pay sales tax. You can't run away from no taxes. You pay more taxes when you spend and buy stuff than when you make money. Because you're taxed one time when you get your check. You're taxed one time. When you buy things, you're taxed over and over and over and over. Man, I went to the club in Miami. They hit me with a 20% gratuity. 20% gratuity. Automatically, flat. Every time I went in there, every time you go up and buy something at the bar, they hit you with the 20% gratuity tax. They don't even give you a choice. You might only did 15%, 13%. That's how much I think you did. You only did 13% of the work. But I'm getting hit with a 20% gratuity tax. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. I propose we get a tax statement in the United States to let people know where the hell your tax dollars are actually going. Because you really don't know. You're paying for stuff that works against you, and you still got to pay on top of that. Like, I thought my taxes covered this. Still got to pay. Still got to pay. Why when I don't pay, when I pay my state taxes, why don't y'all just add an extra $45 in there and I can get my license renewed, or my car, my rent, my registration? Y'all can just add that into my taxes. No, it's a separate tax. They hit you with that separate, so that's what it is. Anyway, Wednesday rant about taxes, taxation, and how these tax cuts, you're not going to feel it. You're just not. Unless you walk away with a couple $100, some money that you can tangibly see, just like overtime. Everybody knows if you work overtime, you got to work so many hours of overtime for it to matter. If you don't work enough hours, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. Half that money gets eaten up in taxes anyway. You got to hit a certain threshold for you to really take home some money in overtime. All right, that's enough of that. Wednesday rant. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get on to it. It's time for that. You know what it is. Interesting news. What the hell is going on out here in the world today? Shall we see? Let's see what we got going on here today. And by the way, it is tax season. Tax deadline is April 15th, if I'm not mistaken. If you live in Los Angeles County, it's been pushed back to October. Feel free to go back and watch my video from last couple weeks ago with Adrian from Trojan Accounting. He breaks down all the taxation, all the taxes that we got going. So, yeah, you can find all that stuff out really quick and figure out what you need to know about your taxes, because taxing is very complicated. Taxation is very complicated, and they want it that way. I mean, what if you had everybody figuring out the tax code and they can figure stuff out on their own? All the tax companies are going out of business because we don't need y'all anymore. But that's not the case. Okay, let's get to it. I knew this was happening. I knew this was going on because I seen it when I walk in the stores. Let's check this out. Foot Locker's quarter four, Q4 results reveal struggle to attract cautious Gen Alpha, Gen Z shoppers. Foot Locker's quarterly results missed the Wall Street expectation as total sales decreased due to Gen Z and Gen Alpha's cautious spending habits. Yeah, okay. The sneaker retailer's giant's total sales were down 5.8% for the year, particularly attributed to Nike. Nike pulled out. Nike, its largest brand partners, use discounts to clear out old inventory. This has caused Gen G and Gen Alpha to flock to Nike low prices that Foot Locker cannot match. Our customers are young. By definition, they are more limited to discretionary budgets. This is for sure a category that they prioritize in their lives. Foot Locker CEO and President Mary Dillon, said on Foot Locker Company conference call. However, Dillon said despite the discount battle, Foot Locker and Nike's relationship remains strong and is an ongoing partnership. Let me tell you what it is. So Nike, they said a couple years ago, they decided to take most of their shoes out of Foot Locker and sell them in their own stores and online. Because, Nike has brick and mortar stores and they sell online. So they said, you know what? We're going to remove the inventory. We're going to sell online. I don't know if you've been to a Foot Locker, Foot Action, Foot Locker and Foot Action. They have way less shoes than they once did. They have a whole section dedicated to clothes in the back. Ain't nobody coming to Foot Locker to buy no clothes. Foot Locker. I want something that goes on my foot, my feet. That's what I'm here for. But Nike is pulled out, and now they're struggling to get people to buy shoes. Number one, my biggest thing about it is they only have so many shoes in there. They've definitely reduced the amount of shoes that they have at Foot Locker and Foot Action. Champs, they've definitely reduced. Over 10 years ago, they had way more shoes to choose from. They don't have as many. So therefore, they're struggling. Now, me personally, I like to go buy my shoes from the Nike clearance store. I don't know if you have one in your city or state, but we have one, Nike discount store, where you can go get your Nikes for the low. You don't have to pay full price for them. Now, sometimes they try to charge full price. I head out to the left. I'm not paying that. You're not getting that money out of me. But that's what they want to do, and that's what they try to do. In other efforts to remain relevant and competitive, in the fourth quarter, Foot Locker shut down 47 locations, opened 7 new stores, remodeled 21 stores, and refreshed 160 stores. Bottom line, you guys don't have enough shoes. You don't. And the stuff that people really like, you don't have them in stores. They got a bunch of black and white shoes, nothing like colorful, nothing like, ooh, these are fire. Nah, not really. I haven't seen any fire shoes in Foot Locker or Foot Action in quite some time. I usually go to the Nike discount store, the Nike store, and get my shoes from there. So, but drop a comment. Do you still shop at Foot Locker, Foot Action? Is that still where you get your shoes from? Are you buying your shoes online? Because, personally, I got to see them things in person. I'm not buying those shoes online. I'm not there yet. I am not there yet. Oh, man. There we go. I am not there yet. Here we go. Next story. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. This is drug. Novo Nordisk slashing price of WeGroovy. Is that right? Regroovy. Price of Regroovy. Wegroovy. There we go. Wegroovy. It looks like Regroovy. Wegroovy to $4.99 a month to uninsured following rivals move. Novo Nordisk said Wednesday it would be selling its weight loss drug, Wegovy, at a discounted price of $4.99. That ain't no discount to me. Per month to patients paying cash. It grapples with the shifts to competitive dynamic U.S. obesity drug market. Ozempic! Shit. I was telling somebody else the other night, I said, Ozempic got people looking like they in the Olympics. Are you Olympian? No, I'm an Ozempian. I use Ozempic. The move jumps just after a week of rival Eli Lilly cut prices for vitals of his weight loss drug Zepbound for $50 and more expanded range of doses sold to online through direct-to-consumer website. Eli Logan began offering vials of the two least doses of Zepbound, which is typically sold in an auto-injector or pens. It now sells vials of all the biggest 2 high-strength dosage of the drug through Lilly Direct. The lowest dose costs $3.49 a month, and others $4.99 a month. You know what kind of gym membership you can get for $4.99 a month? You can go to Equinox, and it's rich people who go there. You might mess around and go to somebody rich, bump elbows, get to talking, and strike a deal. You never know. But my thing is, you still got to maintain your eating habits and work out. You can't just stick a pin in your ass and all your weight fall off. You think that's everything, everything's going to be okay. It's not. You got to go work out. Noble said discounted Wegovy would be available in pens of all dosage strengths to uninsured patients or eligible patients with the commercial insurance who do not have coverage for obesity medicines through its NovoCare pharmacy program. You know, I'm always concerned about the long-term effects of this stuff. I get it. People want to do what they want to do. They want to slim down the fastest. But you still got to go work out. You still got to exercise. Because the weight's going to come back. It's going to find you. It's going to, hey, where you at? Bring your big ass back. I got some more pounds for you. It's going to find you. You got to work out. You got to do some strength training. You just got to work. And it's good for your mind. Just working out is good for your mind. It helps keep your mind sharp, keep your body and everything going. I encourage people to work out. Next, Target CEO warns of price hikes. Oh, God. On produce in coming days following Mexico tariffs. Americans be expected to pay higher prices in the next coming days for produce such as strawberries, bananas, avocados that are imported from Mexico, said President Trump's tariffs go into effect on Tuesday, according to Target Chief Executive Officer. The Minnesota-based retailer warned that its new tariffs and economic uncertainty would pressure its quarter profits and as consumers continue to pull back on spending. Well, for them to write this, maybe the boycott is working. Maybe it's working. But you had all these people, it's not going to work. Why are you doing that? You're the same person that doesn't have a solution for anything. Stay positive. If you can't be positive, shut the hell up. That's my thing. If you can't be positive, shut the hell up. We don't want to hear that. Be positive. Be positive, stay positive. That's what we like to hear. I used to go to Nike outlet store at the border near San Diego, California. Yes. Hey, the Nike store is where it's at, man. You get a lot of discount shoes on the Nike store. I have come up many a times at the Nike store. Matter of fact, I need to go there this week and see what they got going on. Yep, because Saturday, that stuff be cleaned out. But this week, I'm going to go there. I'm going to pull up. I appreciate that, Josh Brown. I'm actually going to the Nike store, see what they got on sale. Because, you know, I like a good sale. I love something on sale. If it's not on sale, then what is it? Expensive. You know. But anyway, those are our 3 news articles of the night. Did I have any more? Let me see if I had another one for you. Did I have another news article? Let's see. I think that was it. Oh yeah, Adidas to sell off of last Yeezy sneakers as it breaks for the sales hit from Trump's tariffs. Adidas has sold its last pair of Yeezy sneakers and turned around in a sight as and a turnaround is in sight after ending its partnership with the controversial rapper Ye. But now the sneaker giant is bracing for a sales hit from President Trump's tariffs. You don't think these companies are going to lobby? Because you're raising the price for us, making it harder for make money. And we can't just raise the price on our customers. It don't work like that. The Germany-based company on Wednesday forecasted operating profits between $1.8 billion and $1.9 billion in 2025, below the $2.3 billion expected by analysts. Ooh, that's a lot of money. I'm still looking for a particular pair of Adidas. I cannot find them. I'm looking for these clear red ones. I think they're like women's shoes. They don't make them in men's sizes, but I want them. It's one particular. Oh shit, that's not Adidas. That's Vans. That's Vans. No, it's not me. It's Vans. Going into 2025 with volatility, we don't know what's going to happen with tariffs in the U.S. We have no idea that inflation would cause gluten. Who is this guy? It is of course good to be on the safe side. Trump has not threatened to impose tariffs on Vietnam, which is the main manufacturer of Adidas shoe wear. So all these Trumps, all this other stuff that he's doing out here, who's saving money? Nobody. Who's winning? Nobody. Nobody's winning. Everybody's losing. I definitely think you should cheer for your fellow human beings, because a lot of people, lost unemployment, and this is just going to be tough. Unemployment's up. Still got to pay taxes when you buy stuff. That doesn't matter, and it's just not a good situation all around. It's just not. But these tax cuts, hogwash. You're not going to see them, so don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Unless you see them on your check, you got an extra $200 to $300 on your check because of the federal tax cuts. Keep it to yourself. I don't care. If it's not going to put no money in this pocket, I don't care who's it going to. Yes, I do. I don't want to go to the wrong person, but damn it, I wanted to come to me. What would I come to me? Well, what would I do in this situation if we had these tax cuts? If they're raising the price on me? Depends on what my margins are, because I wouldn't want to raise the prices for all my customers. Then they can't buy from me anymore. Now they're upset. Like, this bitch is raising the prices on it. We used to get it for this amount. I get it. I know how it goes. I've been to some places. Shake Shack. I haven't been to Shake Shack since December. Went to go to get Shake Shack. The fries themselves. Nothing else. $5. $5 for the fries? Fries? $5 for fries? I'm like, hell no. And these are plain fries. Now, they're good now. The crinkly fries, I'm tearing them up. But I'm not paying that. And I read an article maybe a week or two ago. Shake Shack is the most overrated, overpriced fast food chain. And now I believe it. I do believe it. They are. Because I'm not paying $4. I wanted some today too, but I said, nah, I'm not paying $4 for no damn fries. And they had the black truffle fries with the Parmesan cheese and the sauce. Not paying for that. Get out of my face. I'm not paying that. So, in conclusion, what do y'all think about the taxation? You think it's fair? You think it's going to help? Drop a comment. Let me know. I see it's a couple of y'all watching. Let me know what you think. I would love to know what you think. Do you think we're going to actually save any money with this tax cut? Or is this going to be for wealthy people and they're the only ones that's going to benefit? Let me know. Now, if he does pass it where you're not getting no Social Security money taken out your check, your Social Security's not taxed, great. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the show. That hour went by fast. We've been on here an hour. Almost an hour. It went by fast. But when you rant, everything goes fast because I'm out here telling the truth. Look at all the things that you're paying taxes on in your life. Okay? Can you avoid them? If you can find a tax professional to help you. But you can't avoid sales tax, property tax. You can't avoid that kind of stuff. So when it comes to your W-2 taxes, that taxation, you can go hire somebody to get some help. You might know how to do it. You might do it in QuickBooks or TurboTax, but that doesn't mean it's the greatest. They might know just a little more than you. I would encourage you, spend the money when you get your taxes done so you know what the hell is going on. They're not overcharging you, and you're not going home butt naked, and you got to go get some clothes from Goodwill because they took all your fucking money. You don't want all that, okay? And taxation, listen, we're just paying a lot of taxes. In the United States, you pay a lot of taxes. There's nothing you can do about it. The best thing you can do, try to understand where your tax dollars are going and how they will be spent, which will help you to make a better informed decision when it's time to elect your local officials. Well, how do you feel on taxes? Ask them. They'll tell you, we need more taxes. NFL stadiums, they're built off tax dollars. And you may never get to go to an NFL game. But I paid for it with my tax dollars. I pooled with all these people. Can I at least get one free ticket? No. Get your ass to the back of the line and go buy a ticket. That's how they're going to treat you. So, that's what we got, everybody. This has been my time. Malcolm on the Wednesday rant. Wednesday rant, everybody. Wednesday rant. So we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same show. New topic. But hey, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I wanted to rant about that. Everybody who's feeling like you're going to save some money on taxes, show me. Show me on paper where you're really saving money on taxes. I don't think so. It's not happening. But anyway, hold on. Musk is benefiting the most. The average American will notice the increases in more than the tax cut. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're cutting taxes, but we're going to pay more in inflation. So it's going to even out. So like, oh, yeah, we're going to cut the taxes back, but you're paying more than inflation. So, and these companies are paying money to the federal government. The federal government collects so much damn money. It's crazy how much money they're paying in. And if you don't pay, what you gonna do about it? They gonna kick your door and whoop your ass. That's all you can really do about that. Nothing you can do about it. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Cheap Not Broke. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com. Grab yourself some merchandise. Please support the channel. Also, hit that super chat. We are growing strong. But if you would like to donate, send some money in the super chat. Please do. All donations and all those things are very much appreciated. We will see you tomorrow night, everybody, for the regular show. This has been the Wednesday Rant. I've been your host, Malcolm, and we will be back tomorrow. Until then, take care.